every night and day. I wanna love your body, girl, in every single way. Every day and night, every night and day. I wanna love your body, girl, in every single way. We have to tell it and we getting it on. Baby girl, tell me what you wanna do. Yeah, right. We can stuff on the bed, bath and beyond. Baby girl, tell me what you into. Yeah. Cause every day and night, every night and day, I wanna love your body, girl, in every single way. Every day and night and day, I wanna love your body, girl, in every single way. Forever my lady like Jodeci. You see your body keep controlling me, and I'm trying to get it popping like it's ecstasy. But your body should stay close to me. We gon' get it poppin', and soaking wet, fuck around. Got your girls, man, they all upset. Where you at? Where you been spending time? Got a man, I always hit you up, but you not around. I be your not a man, I'll hit you up on the phone. I'm head down to pick you up, baby girl, when you all alone. I wanna call you up, but I can't do that shit. Come over here, baby, you the one I'm rolling with. You the one I'm fooling with. I spend the hours, 1,000 flowers, and tuna fish. Baby girl, you the only one that I'm dealing with. I swear to God, the MC Hammer catch you too legit. And didn't know that you my mama mia. Baby girl, you picture perfect like the Mona Lisa. Take you out to France, do it a little dance. Telling me that you love me, you posting it on the gram. And didn't know that you my mama mia. Baby girl, you picture perfect like the Mona Lisa. Take you out to France, do it a little dance. Telling me that you love me, you posting it on the gram. Baby girl, I got plans for you. Better yet, I made plans for two. Take your time, let me admire you. And baby girl, we get it poppin' like we supposed to do. We can stop from the stairs, girl, I promise an hour. After we're done with charades, we can jump in the shower. I'll tell the world that it's yours, baby girl, that it's ours. Anything that you need in life, baby, I got you. Baby girl, you the one, boo. Cause you the be the one when talk to top I turn to. Girl,
yeah. Charido.
It's for Eldridge.
And it's Gralla boy, yeah.
Wait for the dough. Girl, I want you wait for the dough. Wait for the dough. Like I put a boss for the chest.
I wanna give you good love and I don't wanna bite 10 blow. Your love like chicken fella, baby Jack and she clamor. So girl, you all I want and all I need, oh. I'm loving you, you loving me, oh. And all that we were meant to be, oh. And I am my beep. Cause you got me,
You got me,
your body on course, loving you is of course. Yeah, my baby on a note. Come to my room, let me compose. Yeah, your body on course, loving you is of course. Yeah, my baby on a note.
come to my room, let me compose. Yeah.
She your body bad and we know so. The way you slay, everything gon' flick. And I want your body right now,
Goddamn, I'm so complete.
You got the juice, you got the sauce, we know. They say they bad, nobody bad out. Come show me love, come spot the dada. Rock all the waves for me and Jaja. Girl, I want you, come give me love, come give me loving. Come give me kiss, come do the rubbing. Show me the style, no to my talking. When we rock here and create and we do the vault.
You got me,
You got me,
your body on course, loving you is of course. Yeah, my baby on a note. Come to my room, let me compose. Yeah, your body on course, loving you is of course. Yeah, my baby on a note.
come to my room, let me compose. Yeah.
You got me wishing, yeah, wishing every day just to be with you. Baby, wait for me, yeah. I wanna take it over the way to the moon. The way your body go, wine for me slow, baby, keep the show. Yeah. And girl, I wanna know anything you need, maybe let me know. Yeah.
Jelly, I don't want Eve, you make me ill it up.
Tashi on my love, take it to the auto. Got me in the market, asking for tina pop. Fire your penny in my head, man, you shot shooter. Break and slow one for me. Anytime you want, just call me. Turn around, dance for me. Don't make the ball for your love, then you got me. You got me Nobody on course. Loving you is of course. Yeah, my baby on a note. Come to my room, let me compose.
Do you care to know why thousands of people have switched from using oil-bomb paint to using only Zize quality paint? Zize quality paint is a high-quality American non-hazard latex paint that doesn't fade or peel off your walls when applied. Zize quality paint comes in variety of colors that you can choose from. We even customize our customers' paint based on their request just to satisfy their desire. Stop by at any of our 3 branches at Police Academy Junction opposite NP Fueling Station, Baptist Seminary opposite Highway Gas Station, and St. Paul Bridge opposite Marco Plaza. Zize quality paint can be used for both interior and exterior painting works. Customers living overseas can pay through Zelle on 217-720-8858. You can contact us via cell numbers 0777-366-142 or 0770-496-273 or +121-772-08858. Think Zize, think quality.
Spicing up, what's next?
A new Liberian restaurant and lounge with tasty Liberian and Afro-Caribbean cajun is opening in Morton, South Jersey this spring. The name is Sasa Bean. Sasa Bean is located at 300 East Braintree Road, Morton, New Jersey 08053. Sasa Bean specializes in ethnic Liberian, Afro-Caribbean, and Southern cuisines. We are 25 minutes drive from Philadelphia, 40 minutes drive from Wilmington, Delaware, 30 minutes drive from Trenton, 30 minutes drive from Bristol, and 20 minutes from Burlington, New Jersey. At Sasa Bean, we have a private lounge area for private parties and private and corporate meetings and events. Sasa is hiring for both full-time and part-time employees. The pay rate ranges between $16 to $22 per hour. Contact us today for all your bookings and reservations on 609-468-4232. That's 609-468-4232. Sasa Bean Restaurant and Lounge, a place with tasty dish and comfort.
Don't dada, don't dada.
Look at that fun car there. Me, I really want back car.
Look at the woman who won't back eye.
Yeah.
Oh, Mary, how are you?
I'm not okay. Something really confusing me.
What is it?
Lately, I see too many brands of cars on the road. Different one too. What if I want to buy a special brand of car? Where do I go?
You made an information minister.
I beg you.
Well, I don't know about the other brands of cars, but I heard Sika Motors have been operating in Liberia since 2013, and they are the sole distributor of all Toyota vehicles. What's unique is that they give you 3 years warranty of all vehicles, and parts are readily available and very affordable.
Oh, really?
Well, you don't know. I will lie to you. If you are looking to buy any one of these brands of vehicles, just head straight to Sika Motors, UN Drive, and Seontown, Bourgeois Island. Or better still, you can email them on sikamarketing@cfao.com.
All right, thank you, Sika Motors. You will see me soon.
Sika Motors, your number one authorized dealer of Toyota. Now, what your money can do, what your money can do, or what your money can do. So what your money can do, what your money can do.
Look at that fun car there. Me, I really want back car. Yeah.
Oh, Mary, how are you?
I'm not okay. Something really confusing me.
What is it?
Lately, I see too many brands of cars on the road. Different one too. What if I want to buy a special brand of car? Where do I go?
Well, I don't know about the other brands of cars, but I heard Sika Motors have been operating in Liberia since 2013, and they are the sole distributor of all Toyota, Mitsubishi vehicles, Yamaha products, and Bridgestone tires. What's unique is that they give you 3 years warranty on bigger vehicles and whole 5 years on smaller vehicles. Parts are readily available and very affordable.
Oh, really?
I will lie to you, if you are looking to buy any one of these brands of vehicles, just head straight to Sika Motors, UN Drive, Town, Bourgeois Island, or email sikamarketing@cfao.com.
Alright, thank you, Sika Motors. You will see me soon. For more information, you can contact Sika Motors on 0775-987758 or 0881-937000.
Sika Motors.
We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint of the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that SendWave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTN Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download SendWave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure. And start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. SendWave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you.
Sorry for that outage. Our system here in Liberia. Soon the show started. LEC Rapé. Yeah, let me just put it in that way. LEC Rapé. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's another wonderful and great day to be here with you guys this morning. Once again, we are sorry for that a little break in due to the power outage. So that occurred. We are trying to handle a little technical problem here yet. Just hold on a bit, but it's good to be here this morning. It's another wonderful. Today is the 8th day of the 6th month, AD 2023. We at exactly 10:33 a.m. here in Liberia. It's good to be here, and I have Sylvester Teves now today. Martina Konante will not be with us. She's engaged with some other things, so she will not be here with us this morning. Good morning, Teves, and welcome to the show.
Yeah, good morning, Buarka, and good morning to our many listeners. And it's good to be back on the nation's premier platform where we discuss the issue fraud of sentiments and we place it as it is. And now we have several things to discuss. And this morning, very fiery. And one of them has to do with the issue about an organization located on Kerry Street called Friends of Buarka. There is a serious corruption allegation that hangs over that issue or institution. So we will dig deeper into it as the show continues.
Okay, so you weren't here on yesterday. We kickstarted the show with the issue about okay, so Darlington is joining us also. Let me see if okay, Darlington, you have to restart your phone. They are saying device is not connected, so you have to restart and then come back in. You have to leave the group chat and then come back in, Darlington, if you are listening to me. So yesterday, we discussed the issue about LRA claims on Shimek's shutdown. We discussed it yesterday, and this morning I listened to Musa Hassan Belete, and he said his company have been reopened by the LRA, but we still have to look at it because you guys were here, and it was a discussing point on yesterday, and I hope you guys will want to chip in on that. Why top officials of this administration or people in, okay, let me see if I, all right, Darinto is now being added. I robbing the Liberian people of our taxes. We will look at that. I don't know. You follow the story, and I hope you want to chip in from your end, Teves.
Yeah, Buaka, the issue about tax, people owing government in taxes, this is something that has occurred globally, right? And some people intentionally and willfully, right, defraud government of has just benefit what we ought to pay as an institution or an individual. And we've witnessed tons of cases, where governments, not government, but institutions were dragged to court on account of tax evasion, on account of owing government. And so Streamers lately has been one of those caught in cell web. And, but it is a bad thing, right, Waka? It is a bad thing to do, to owe government of our taxes, because these same taxes that you owe government is what a government can use to have the country developed in terms of those taxes that the government collects from businesses, from business institutions. And I want to argue that those taxes that have been paid, are they being used for its internal purpose? Some may say no, some may say yes. But in any form and manner, it doesn't stop you from paying your tax or taxes for that. Because Musa Berete is one of those business gurus in our country. Musa Berete is on a side claiming and wanting to fix the country. So how can an individual who claims that the country is rotten, that the country is underdeveloped, that the country is stagnant as it relates to development, will be involved in such a thing? Then it raises a serious question or a doubt as per Musa Berete's thought, wanting to change the country simply because of similar things going on. And I listened to Mr. Cummings on the closing argument last night. There's a lady on the closing argument, I just forget about her name. She asked Honorable Cummings about fair issue. And for me, the excuse or the justification that Mr. Cummings gave wasn't satisfactory. That, Musa Berete, we have some conversation with Musa Berete. These things has been lingering in the media, in the public for some days now. Don't you think it would have been an urgent intake on the part of Mr. Cummings to call Musa Berete? But this matter lingered in the public for 3 to 4 days. The Senate had to come in to call LRA and the National Road Fund as to how this particular issue came in. We need to know yesterday that Mr. Cummings is telling the public that he's going to call Musa Berete in to have discussion with Musa Berete on this issue. Is this how this country is to be fixed? I saw Musa Berete post And he said Schumer is reopened. I hope the dialogue that was being entered into yesterday by the both parties, LRA and Schumer, I hope it benefits the country, not any individual, because government depends on taxes to make sure that they carry on development, to make sure that the welfare of its people are sorted out. And so that's it, Boaka. We hope that the dialogue that was held yesterday will benefit the Liberian people. All we need is for not only Musa Bedete, right? LRA should also be firm enough to go after other institutions that owe government in taxes.
Yeah, so there was few posts from Musa Belete. Darlington will come in also. Musa said, "Nice try, guys. Shumex has resumed full operation. Next," he said once again, "When I decided to stand with Alexander B. Cummings, I knew I was standing against people who do anything to have power. You have started a war, you will lose." And another one, he says, "When I decided to stand by Alexander B. Cummings, I was aware that I was standing against a system that would do anything to destroy me." Now, he's politically blaming others for coming on him, the government, the folks from the Unity Party. He's saying that they are responsible for what happened a few days to his entity. So, what do you make of that also?
Waka, I do not want to go the political way, right? The question that comes in, right, is the Schumers owing the Liberian government in taxes? Yes, right? Schumers is owing the Liberian government. It's Schumers that is owned by Musa Bedete wasn't owing the Liberian government. Any other thing that comes into play, then we will say that political vision. But the fact has been established that Schumer owes the Liberian government. So the needful need to be done, Boaka. Our ability and Schumer group, they need to pay the taxes. Whether somebody is behind it or not, or whatever, that is not our concern. But the thing here is, Bedete owes the Liberian government. He needs to pay. Let Bedete pay that particular tax and see whether any other thing will be behind it. Then we can come in with the political aspect. But as it stands, Bedete owes the Liberian government. He needs to pay.
Yeah, so Darlington, he paid, according to him, the money on a local radio station, he paid $30,000 yesterday for them to reopen his entity. You may come in there. You follow the news. You follow everything about this. Shumex and Musa Belete. He's now pointing fingers at other opposition political party for being the one behind this action by the government.
You see, Bwaka and Teves, I think to some extent, the political class has been unfair to Mr. Belete. And there's not in Musa Belete's defense. Liberia has a culture where we have the tendency to protect people who we perceive to be our criminals. We want to go after them when you're in political conversation and say, pay the money, you owe him money. For example, our good friend, Benjamin Senvi, he owes the Liberian government money because he took money to do business. If Ben is running, nobody is running behind Ben to pay that money. But if Ben dares to contest public office, then we use it as a life bait. Put the bait in the water and say, pay, you owe him, pay. That's the same thing we do with Belete. It is a glaring fact that we more angry about Belete paying than the Liberian government is concerned about collecting taxes. The government abroad, they are not concerned about collecting what Shemex owe them to Belete. We, the public, are concerned about the money that Belete owes. It is clear that Belete works for Mr. Weah. Belete works for Mr. Weah. Where are we even crying money to be reached? Okay. How many times?
Yeah, but their money belongs to the Liberian people.
The Liberian people, Mama, even a Belete pays that money. Will the people benefit from the taxes? Or would that be a selected few, the Mr. Weir and his colleagues? So my argument here this morning, Buaka, is that the Liberian government of self must be concerned about collecting lawful revenue and taxes. People who owe the Liberian government must be able to pay.
Feedback from you. Check your feedback.
I don't know. Maybe somebody need to mute or something. So Belete, is it still bad, Buaka?
No, go ahead.
Yeah. So the thing is, we members of the public are more concerned about Musa Belete paying than the government of Liberia is concerned about receiving the money from Belete. Belete is clearly working for the real administration in the ANC.
Yeah, but now Darlington Belete is pointing finger at the Unity Party, saying that they are behind what's occurring.
Belete should point fingers. The Unity Party people, they themselves got no more rectitude to tell Belete to say the only tax evasion when they have other corrupt elements in their cycle too, who are indebted to the Liberian government. So we want to use this thing. To go after people who politically want to get even with. I'm not saying Musa Belete is not owing the Liberian government. Look, Belete clearly took the role for money that he needs to pay. But Buaka, Musa Belete has big backers. Mama, Buaka, just mute yourself. I think that I'll get in the feedback when I finish. I'll mute you coming. Musa Belete has big backers. That is the reason why Belete is so reluctant. Belete is not interested in paying. But we who members of the public who see Belete as somebody who lacks integrity in the character, when Belete talk, we say, oh, Mama Belete and Belete, you owe him money. Right in the same Unity Party, there are corrupt elements. The other day, Brandon Samoka was on a closing argument, struggling to save his life because people were asking him the critical question. So if we are genuine and sincere about Musa Belete owing taxes, the same in the very opposition cycle, we must muster the courage to tell other people who owe government money to pay. How many times people ran behind Benjamin saying he had to pay money that he owes the government? Benjamin saying only that he will pay or he may pay. So the whole thing about someone that Belete to small, a gentleman priest doesn't go walk around in the community. You won't bring war crime code, go bring war crimes code. So the mental policy, he say, oh, we'll bring war crimes code. So that is the hypocrisy of the society. So the Liberian government is not more interested in collecting taxes than we, the public, we are concerned about them collecting taxes. So yes, Belete is owing. Who's supposed to collect? Who is lawfully charged to collect whatever Belete owes the Liberian people? The Liberian government. The Liberian government is not also concerned about receiving that. So we too, when people are different political hours, we use this thing about they owing the government, they don't have integrity as a way to dismiss it off the conversation. But that's the truth, Buaka. We should not just when we talk about political leadership, it should be people with the character that want to be telling us where they want to take our country. Not people who don't in a serious democracy, Musa Belete will be nowhere near our politics. And it's the same thing. These same members of the public, the other day, when Stanton Waterspoon was indicted by the FBI, they talked to social media to lambast Stanton. Now that Stanton Waterspoon supports, give me a chance, Baka, yourself included. Now that Stanton Waterspoon supports the Unity Party, Stanton Waterspoon is the one who is the moral judge of the poor people character to ask people integrity questions. Stanton Waterspoon got character to ask people character questions. He has no character. A mutilated character like Stanton Waterspoon. If you put Stanton in the Liberian society, he probably will do worse more than what Belete did. So if Belete is owing, if Belete is a corrupt element, Belete have always been involved in stealing Liberian government money. Why isn't the government interested in collecting what Belete owes them? Then we, the public, are concerned. Because Belete works for the WIA administration court regularly in the opposition. And we don't get to
so from your analysis, it should be cut across. It shouldn't be based on an individual.
We shouldn't just run after Musa Belete because he said Ellis Cummings is the deputy Jesus or something. It should cut across all sides. It should cut across all sides. If the Liberian people are sincere, but people with the integrity and character, it should cut across. Even when people who support them don't have character, they should look in the faces of their friends and tell that. But Musa Belete is not convicted. You say Musa Belete, this statement is not convicted. If you want to use the same rule of thumb, FIFA is not a court. FIFA is an organization that have quasi-judicial authority. They can investigate their own. If the phone Belete corrupt, FIFA is not a court. Do you know what is the due process? You go to a judge where members of the jury come out with a verdict and convict you, guilty or not guilty. But we wouldn't let to tell ourselves things that suit us at the time, and when it's other people's time, then we want to fine tune it. We are only interested in going after ability. But what is happening in the very same opposition closet? You have people who support your political agenda with no character. But you see that as a trump card to run after ability. Why isn't the government very interested in going after ability? Okay, if Musa Belete pays what he owes the government, are the Liberian people benefiting from the lawful revenue that this government is collecting? So you're legal with a tax benefit. The Liberian government is not interested in bringing Musa Belete to book, in ensuring that he pays, in ensuring that the fraud and abuse, and making sure that the taxpayer resources are put at the people's disposal. The Liberian government is not interested. So we should stop using it to go after our political people.
All right, so that's your own view of it, Darlington. But for me, I think it's necessary. This money is meant for the Liberian people. Even if few people will benefit from it, there should be a record set aside that, this person was owing and a person mustered the courage to pay the Liberian people their money. And what I'm saying, I'm trying to say, if a character, this is not just limited to Musa Belete, like you said, it should be cut across. If an individual is owning this government, and we will sit on this platform every day, we bomb off the government, we say, the government not carry on development, and then we in the same opposition not paying taxes. If you be in opposition and not willing to pay all of your taxes that you are owing this government, how can you muster the courage to even talk or say something against this government? Let's look at Musa Belete.
You rather believe that Musa Belete is in opposition?
I come in Darlington. And I will come to you. I know you know that Musa Belete is in opposition. Whether he will government, I don't know that. He's in opposition because he's a member of the collaborative political party, and he represents Mr. Cummings everywhere Mr. Cummings goes. What I'm trying to say, if you as a chairman of the CPP and you can muster the courage to pay taxes, what will you tell the government? What will you go about? Can you bomb off this government about bar rules and other things? Have Musa ever one day come up with a statement bomb off in this government or telling them that the thing that you guys are doing is not good? No, because he knows that he owes the government. Whenever he says anything to this government, the government will squeeze the balls. And that's why he's afraid. So if you want to be into politics, you should come and clear him, like the same likewise even folks within the Unity Party. So what I'm trying to say, Darlington, if we want to play a clear political game, let us wash our hands from all the dirty deeds, be a clean politicians, and focus on what we are doing. But you can't be wanting yet, Teves.
Well, let me say this, right? The government has the responsibility, right? I don't want us making, some statements that we don't have proof of, right? Like people in the opposition are indebted to government when it comes to taxes and stuff and whatever. The government has records. The government has records, right? Of all of those people that are indebted to them.
Yep. Travis, you muted.
Okay, good. The government is enough to go after all of those that owe the government. They should not be legislating. They should not be like targeting one person. That's una Musa Belete. There are tons of people who owe the government. The government has record on every one of them. So now it is the government that the burden lies on to go after those who owe, people who are in the opposition to go after them. So people should say, oh, the other person, the other party people owe taxes, the party former official, they owe taxes, the other person owe taxes, the opposite owe taxes. That should not be. Let the government has record on everything. Let the government go about going after all of those opposition people, even people within the government that owe taxes to pay their taxes. That's just my point.
Okay, so for and we all have different views on this, but I don't think that it should be cut across, and I also agree with him. But if for me, from my perspective, if you are a politician, most especially you are in an opposition, you should know that you have an obligation and you need to get rid of those obligations with the government to enable you do or stand up for a cause. To enable you stand up for a cause. But if you think that you want to stand up for a cause, but then you're having some dirty deeds behind you, there will be no way for you. So that's just it, and we thought to flag that in. So Musa Belete said his company have been reopened, and yesterday he paid 30,000 USD to the government through the LRA. So they reopened his institution, which is Schmex. Tevez, he said you wanted to bring in something from the Kere Street Inn. You are muted.
Walker, Darrington, in as much that we criticize our officials of government, stalwarts of political parties or other institutions, right? We, as the commoners, should also be chastised and condemned for actions that are inimical to our existence as humans. There is this organization on Kere Street called Friends of Boaka. Friends of Boaka is a pro-Boaka group squarely in support of Joseph Boaka's presidency. I'm a member of that institution. As a matter of fact, when Costa came December 30th, I took him there. He sat with them. They discussed about 2 hours discussion, and he said some things to them. Few days ago, the amount of $5,000 was given to them, that organization, where some of their leaders went and collected cell phones from the former vice president office. $5,000. And according to the information, the documents in my possession, there were 10 individuals that went and represented the institution. These are people who are supporters of the rescue mission. These are people who are crying for change simply because of the bad governance George Weah and his folks are practicing in our country. So these 10 individuals that went for the money, the $5,000, representing that institution, I'm going to call their names so their friends, their family, their relatives can know some of the deeds that they are involved into. 1, Mr. Anthony Lando. Anthony Lando is the chairman of another intellectual forum on Kere Street called SMP. That is, you know SMP. 2, Dr. Abraham Jawara. 3, Mr. Michelle Jones. 4, Mr. Mamadi Belete. 5, Mr. Mark Conway. 6, Mr. Amadou Dolly. 7, Mr. Samuel D. Ter. 8, Mr. Clarence Dennis. 9, Mr. Mamos Nyamibo. 10, Mr. Konyo Peve. And of these 10 individuals, 2 have rested till their own money in the 8 due to the pressures mounted on them. Mr. Mark Conway rested till he got a share of $300 US. He rested till the money due to the pressure mounted on him. And also Mr. Konyo Pede also rested till his own share of the money. As I speak to you, Darlington and Boaka, there has been petition, I think you can see in my phone. People have signed for their removal. People have signed for their removal, the petition, for these guys to relinquish power. I think you can see the heading of it. Friends of Boaga, these are documents belong to them. So, we are crying for change. They are crying for change, Boaga. Pray tell me tomorrow if Boaga wins. And Boaga knows these guys personally. If they are given jobs, these are some of the things they are going to do. People are not genuine in their quest for change and better leadership. What most of us look for in government or look for government job is to have the opportunity to steal. Because some of us don't have the opportunity today, we are being seen as Puritans. That we are sinless, Darlington. But brother, tell me, if we are given a chance tomorrow, probably we could do worse than what folks in the CDC are doing today. So I decided to bring this to the public, that the Friends of Boaga located on Kerry Street is involved into corruption. And thanks to the faithful few who have mounted pressure to have their institution, to have their issue arrested. You can be crying for change, then you are involved in the similar thing that people are doing. So let Ambassador Boaga know this. Let him know this, rather. He needs to know this. That the organization, a pro-organization on Kerry Street, this is what these guys are practicing. This is what these guys are practicing. The $5,000 you give them, they did not bring the money to the leadership. They have this money divided among themselves. Those guys who went for the money, they have some money divided among themselves. This is corruption. They are lieutenants of the rescue mission. They are lieutenants of the rescue mission. I decided to name and shame them and bring this to the public, gentlemen. This is what some of the folks who support Boaga are desperately and eagerly want to come to power to do. This is sad for our country. I hope they have ears to listen. I hope they are listening. This is sad for our country. That's it, gentlemen.
All right, Darlington, you want to come in there?
You know, Teves, I started listening to you and you point these issues out. And that's what I said in my previous session. That some of us, we tend to be the moral judges to question other people's character because we are not privileged with position of trust. But even little organizations that people elect us into, even be stewards of, how good are we exercising leadership? Are we siphonning resources privately? Are we law unto ourselves? Do we even believe in the tenets of democracy in those little organizations that we preside over? And now you will only be looking for an opportunity to come to government to steal. And that is why checkmating people or criticism should not just be with those who are just having political power, but even those who are opting for political power. It should cut across. And I applaud you for that. And I even applaud their colleagues for even taking steps. Members of the Friends of Worker for even taking steps to have these guys impeached from the leadership. Yeah. That is the culture of accountability, and I applaud them for that. Because oftentimes in Liberia, when something happens, we can always say, oh, let them resolve it the family way. That is the same kind of attitude people take to national leadership. Mama, in our politics, our new democracy is yet to see a righteous legislature taking a vote of no confidence in ministers and even possibly impinging presidents and vice presidents for acts of corruption if found guilty. But that's the same attitude. So it's good that Mr. George Burger knows that the Friends of Burger, the guys at the echelon of leadership, they lack the character to preside over that group. Because you see, when people get political power, I know every time people say, oh, we want people to win first. Their lieutenants around them, these are the people they feed into the cabinet or the looks and the corners of government. These are the same people who will be announced as assistant ministers, deputy ministers, minister purple. If they don't have the discipline and the character to enter public office, they might end up putting the country in another vicious cycle, another cycle of corruption. So thank you, and thank to the guys who are also members of that group for taking action on their colleagues. We hope that we see more of these kinds of stuff. Mama, it happens all over the society, everywhere, even in churches. Somebody want to take the whole church money here from them, they just want to decide what happens. They're indisciplined. People don't know how to be, stewardship. They don't know how to manage people's resources. But they can be the one criticizing other people when they are in public office. But in their closets, they have a basket load of laundry that they need to wash. So thank you, Tevez, for bringing that up. And it cut across all spheres of the society. You see it in the marketplace, even in the home. Corruption is everywhere. But on a more broad perspective, national government has a responsibility to fight corruption. The people that leave the private sector that enter government, they are not angels. They come from the very same society worker. So, mind you, the society many at times can be a reflection of the government. They see the government is just an image of what the society is. The people who are Liberian government officials, they are not Guineans, they are Liberian citizens. They come with a mindset that they cannot even empower Liberian businesses, they can empower foreign businesses. That is the mindset. Because when they empower Burger Kamara and he's a millionaire, they say Burger will be frisky. So they don't empower you. They look for Indian and Lebanese business people to empower. That is the thought process. That's how we think within our limits.
Okay, so I listen to you guys, and that's what I normally say here. Is left with the head. Even if Ambassador Boakai, like you guys, Tevez said, is this organization belongs to, they are supporting him. If he become president of the Republic of Liberia, that's the time he can muster the courage and take actions on some of these things. But once he's not there, he stay wanting their support up until he get there. Like what Mr. Cummins, if it was Mr. Cummins, Mr. Cummins should muster the courage. If you, as a leader, want to take actions and make things work and make the Liberian people know that you stand up for a cause, those are some of the things that you should take actions on. But if you can't take action on those things, that's the time Liberian people will tell you that, oh, you are not in the interest of Liberians. But if some of these things happen, you as a head of an organization or the head of the government here, your cabinet ministers are doing something that is not going well with the Liberian people, you as a president that come with the motto of change, that come with the motto of getting rid of bad system, you should stand up to the reality and let the Liberian people know that, yes, I will be that different president that you people expect. So those are just some of the things I normally say, Darlington. We should give people the chance, the opportunity Let them show themselves if they will be good or not. Let them prove to us that all of the messages they preach to us today before getting to state power, if they will live up to those messages. Like President Weah, he told us that when he come, there will be a lot of changes in the life of many people. But have that happened? Absolutely not. Now we, the Liberian people, are yearning for his removal. Because of what? Because he lied to us miserably. So let's give others the chance. The Mr. Kumis Alexander, he's a very good man. But if he's not given a trial, he will never prove himself whether he's good or not. Mr. Barker, if he's not given a chance, he will never prove himself whether he's good or not. Like others that are contesting, Councilor Gonglo, and everybody that are contesting for the position. So let's give them the chance and see if they will be like the Weah, like the Elin and other people. If they are, we will call for their removal up until God can send that particular person that have this country on their mind that they want change. That's just it. That's it. I don't know if you guys want to come up with something else, or we can open the phone lines now and take some calls. Darlington?
So, Bweka, I know the National Elections Commission, they have concluded the different stages of voter registration. And I saw the other day they held a press conference to update the public. You know, I just want political parties to pay attention to strategic details, especially with numbers of registered voters, and especially doing a comparative analysis with the previous election, with 2011, 2017, and now in 2023. The reason why it is very important that political parties do that is to see whether that particular constituency have more turnout or less turnout. I think it's very important, because rigging of elections is not just on elections day. It is the manufacturing of these electoral numbers, right, produced by the National Elections Commission. So, for example, like Lofa County the other day, I was looking at the numbers. You know, it appears low, but that number is actually high in Lofa as compared to the previous two elections in 2011 and 2017. So I want political parties, especially their strategists, to look at the numbers and do an analysis and see if the numbers are making sense, whether it matches up with the previous electoral data, because you don't want in certain strongholds of the opposition, you know, they are underrepresented in terms of how many people register to vote and so forth. I mean, there are rumors that there are calls that the National Elections Commission should open the thing and be more transparent in terms of telling us, do an analysis. Whether, for example, in Lofa, you can see the registered voters have increased to 3% as opposed to the last time when we did voter registration there. Maybe in Gbapolu, the registered voters have increased by 10%. So they need to do this analysis and give us this map so that we know where we are going with 2023. I think it's very important that we pay a keen attention to that, because we're just talking now running mate and rescue mission, fix the country agenda. You know, I even saw another flyer of Mr. We had to go Chakla. Mommy, I love people. They have a way of coining political parties. So they posted a picture of Mr. Weah and Jua Otilo. They call it the Chakla mission, the Chakla team. So even all of them, the CDC, the CPP, the Unity Party, I think they need to keep their eyes more on the numbers and see whether the numbers matches up and make sense. Because if not,
so you said there will be an opening of the Main Street African and Caribbean Market.
Yes.
This Saturday, which is June 10th, 2023 at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you will be there.
It's right in Derby. It's right in Derby, PA, by the train station. Anybody who live in the Philadelphia area will know. I'll be there. Sis Musu is opening her business. At some point in time when we're closing up the show, we'll probably see if we can put the flyers up on the board. So our friends out there, if you're around the northeast area of Derby, it's where you want to be. Or in the Philly or Southwest, come out and support a Liberian business.
Okay, so we'll open the phone lines now on 0770 102 102 86 010 555 102 102. Those in the diaspora can call on the WhatsApp number that's +231 888 624171. Once again, +231 888 624171. You can call on the WhatsApp number and you will be live with us here this morning. What do you make of all of the talking points we had here? You can make your contribution. It's your time now to chip in on the discussion. Plus 231 888 624171 0770 102 102 86 010383 555 102 102 are the numbers that you can call, and you will be live with us this morning on the Costa Morning Show. Darlington Collins, Teves, Na, and now Boakai Amara Kamara. We are pretty seated here this morning to bring you this show. So we anticipate your calls. Keep them coming in if you want to form part of the discussion. Those in the diaspora, plus 231 888 624171. The radio is down this morning, so we are now on the radio. So just to let you guys know about that. But Teves and Darlington, we are approaching the 2023 elections. How prepared is the opposition bloc when we are still fighting each other and letting go of the main the center that they should be the persons or institution that they should be focusing on? They are not focused on that, but they keep attacking each other every day as we approach the 2023 election. I think they are helping we are more to win the election than any other thing. But I take somebody from this line here first, then I can cross over to you guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
Edward, welcome.
Yeah, thank you, okay, Kamara.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to talk to you about the way people talk about Waka leading a certain politician and put them at the back. Those that are supporting Waka now, that they should put them at the back. I don't know what I mean about put them at the back during campaign time or Waka. How can you put someone at the back during or campaign time when each one will bring 10, each one bring 5? I think when you put people at the back, Waka, it is during when Waka take a charge of the country. When Waka take charge of the country and he to implement his agenda, and those who are going against the interests of those that are supporting him now, that Waka will not listen to them. That is why he can put people at the back. But it's not going running campaign at this time or Waka that you say people should put people at the back. You are only put at the back when you are implementing the agenda of the country, and some of that action you are taking are going against some of the people that are supporting you now, and they want to come talk to you, and you don't listen to them.
Okay.
That's why you put people at the back.
Right.
So I don't know why you put people at the back, but it's not at this time. But okay, that's what I think.
Thank you so much. Now take another person on this line. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Good morning.
Where joining us from?
Yeah, my name is Michael Harris, and I join from Minnesota.
Welcome, Michael.
Yeah, thank you so much. I just want to make quick 2 points. One is addressed to Darlington, and another for people both here in Teves. Now, when he mentioned the issue of multiplicity, and he owes the government taxes, right? I don't see how Darlington want to drag the Unity Party into that. The even element of the Unity Party or the government taxes. Well, you sit on a public show. If you have evidence, don't be lazy. You go and make a research. You say, oh, this is witch hunt because these people from the other political arrangement or the government some money they don't want to pay, but they want to go out of ability. But you don't come and just make an open comment that you cannot back with any evidence. You're talking to intelligent people all across the world. So don't come out with political feeling, maybe something didn't go in my favor. So, the parties are going to favor. Let me pay them black. I think this is wrong. If you have the evidence, bring it that these are the people in the Unity Party, the old government tax, they don't pay, but they're going out to lose ability. And secondly, I want to talk to the Teves. He raised some issue about some guys who misapplies some of $5,000 US. Yeah, that's good. You expose them. But my point with you is that you more focus on exposing them, but you didn't even muster the courage to commend the guys for taking such action. But all you have to do, the people are going to take power tomorrow, they will be corrupt. Or again, internet to bring the Unity Party black. Then Darlington, he is coming to that. He commended to
Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
I think probably you didn't get it, part, right? I think those faithful few, like what I said, right? I think those faithful few.
Okay, if you did, then maybe at some point my internet will break, so maybe I didn't get that part. But thank you for the correction.
Right?
And then when it comes to multiple issues, you want to blame it on unity party. But you also feel Mr. Comey is head of a political institution. Multiple serves as chairman of that political institution. But you fail to call on Mr. Comey to take some action against multiple or to query him for that. But you're not concerned about you be people who had a list by apply 5,000. This man going to have more broad
All right, thank you so much.
Before you let him go, I want to ask you a question. Before you let him go.
Listening.
Okay. Let me say something.
Yeah, he listening.
They didn't get all right.
Yeah, but I didn't say you want to ask a question.
Yeah, on Benete, right? The first one, he agreed that I commended those guys who stood up and mounted the pressure. Some of the guys have started to restitute the money at the organization on Kerry Street, right? Secondly, I also registered my disappointment with Mr. Cummings, right? When he appeared on a closing argument yesterday, when he said he was going to hold talk with Musa Berete on this particular issue. And I said, no, this thing has been lingering in the public for about 4 days now, right? What now is Mr. Cummings saying that's just now you're going to hold talk with Mr. Berete. I also registered that disappointment also. I think the caller wasn't following. That's just it, bro.
All right, Darrington.
I just want to ask him whether he can speak to the Brandon Samuka investment of the AFL funds, if he has the courage to do that. He said, I don't bro fight. So,
yes.
Yeah, so Darrington is asking if you can speak to the issue about the Brandon Samuka issue.
Investment, not even tax.
Of course I can.
Brandon,
of course I can. In the first place, the issue of Brandon Samuka is not the same as the issue of multi-ability tax invasion, and also is indictment in the rule fund issue. The honorable Brandon Samuka held an institution.
You see the hypocrisy in some of the callers?
You asked me a question now.
Brandon Samuka was indicted by the court for embezzling money, for stealing money from the AFL fund. You don't know that?
No, he didn't steal money.
Okay.
He didn't steal money. It was for some political motivation. He was requested by his boss to use his money to pay
that was Brandon's defense. You when the court label Brandon Samuka a criminal, then you want to talk about other people, yeah? You lack the right to yeah. Prosecuted. Why didn't he take a sitting offer?
Let's take another person on the line. Good morning.
Why didn't he take a sitting offer?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Kevin. I'm Jerome. I'm joining from Minnesota this morning. Okay, I listened to the two panelists today this morning, and I listened to the conversation. And I feel like, Darrington, you guys are right. Nobody is going around in the country with a tax-paying business. Honestly, people just big the jump because this person today, pretty much they are in bed with this other party and everybody against this party. But on a very serious note, with Musa Berete, I listened to all his interviews. He's not paying no money to the government for taxes. And it is time that we like really be serious with that kind of thing because a lot of the roads and things are all damaged. And there's nothing being done about it. So you guys are right. I listened to the show and nobody shouldn't bash you guys and saying that you guys trying to, drag, the party trying to drag or the CPP. No. The politicians like brother are all wicked. Every one of them are wicked.
All right.
So that's just my contribution to the show this morning.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in and making your point. 0770 102 102. The WhatsApp number is.
I just want to say, right? That's the hypocrisy in us Liberians. When something is not nice to us, we don't want to talk about it. We don't take kindly in talking about it. Musa Berete, you say Musa Berete will go to court. The court don't go looking for cases. If the Liberian government believes that Berete owes them taxes, Let them grab Belete and put him behind bars and put him to court. Unlike Brandon Samuka, who was criminally tried, indicted for stealing the AFL serviceman money. You don't want to talk about that? Why having Brandon Samuka taking a seat in Lofa? Why didn't he take a seat? When we talk about, hey, your take on kind to it, because what? Brandon Samuka says in the holy place of Joseph Boyka that all of the people who says around Boyka, they are angels. That's the truth of the matter. Brandon Samuka is a tried, convicted criminal under Liberian laws. Then you want to question other people here? Belete is on the same board as him. Tax evasion. He owes the Liberian government taxes that he needs to pay. If he refuses to pay, the only way you can hold him accountable by paying is to take him to court. We encourage the Liberian government to take him to court. But the government itself got no interest in collecting the money for Belete because Belete is on a mission in the opposition to create chaos. That's what Belete is. But you want to come here and single out Belete and discuss Belete and beat on Belete, but we shouldn't talk about your other people in your closet that are corrupt too. They say don't talk it easy.
All right, so guys,
Darlington, before you go, Pwaka, I just want to add on to what Darlington said, right? You know, Pwaka, this country has a very long way to go, right? Everyone protests their own person. Just before the show, before we enter into other discussion, we were here dealing with Musa Belete.
Yeah, but you shouldn't talk about
Some of the guys are on the live feed. They were hearing, sound discussion, saying all of the nice things. But when you mention people from the United Party, they catch their feelings. And this is not how this country is going to move forward. When right is right, we say it. When wrong is wrong, we say it. People want to say that Brandon Samuka wasn't indicted on criminal offense, wasn't tried by the lower court, the criminal court,
and made an appeal to the
Supreme Court. Yep. The Supreme Court confirmed and corroborated the ruling of the lower court. Yep. Then somebody come and say it was politically motivated. I don't have time for that discussion. Brandon Samuka was convicted.
He's a convicted criminal offense,
which has stopped him from taking a seat in Lofa County. We will not mince our words to say it. We will not bite and blow. The same way with Chastas, Musa Belete, and the others, George Weah, Nathaniel McGay, and others for criminal activities, that's the same way. If people in the United Party, if people in the ANC are found inside where we are going to unearth it and speak it, so we don't get time about your feelings. How you catch your feelings?
Yeah, good morning, brother. How you doing?
Yeah,
my name is Farrell Kamara from Minnesota.
Welcome.
Yeah, my point is, Blackeye, we almost true most of those guys are corrupt. But what is happening in the country right now, Blackeye, everybody that is being bold, I don't care what you do, you still have this income of this in the country. But everybody that is being bold is corrupt. Now, if you guys see that all the people that they coming on board are criminals, they should even you will do the same thing that right now. For example, they say Henry Costa, his claim now. And you bring Costa together, making personal to no matter how you still have to bring people on board that were in government before. Now, if you say that he's free, he's clean, but look at the men that in barrel. We should say that. Because that was not indicted, but he worked with a corrupt government and stayed all the way on his hand. You were indicted, but I don't know how that case went. But you work in the corrupt government as well. If you coming through, then do not work with this guy.
All right.
But this is the person that we're talking about.
All right. Thank you so much. And those that just joined us through the radio, we want to say welcome. And we are discussing the Shumex Musa Belete case and other corrupt individuals that have harmed our country one way or the other. and we are looking at that. So if you just joining us, you want to form part of the discussion, you can call on 0770 102 102 086 010383 555 102 102. The WhatsApp number is +231 888 624171. According to Musa Brete, his Shumex office have been reopened because he paid 30,000 United States dollar on yesterday to the LRA. So this is what we are looking at. Why you make up for him and his institution owing the Liberian people, the government, huge amount of money, close to $5 million to the road fund, and he's not trying to pay back. So call us on 0770 102 102 86 010383 555 102 102. The WhatsApp number is +231 888 624171. You know that Teves, I asked a question before we could start taking calls. The misunderstanding, the holding and pulling, the tearing down a part of both opposition bloc. Unity Party attacking ANC, ANC attacking Unity Party is in no way helping the opposition bloc, but it's directly helping the CDC administration. The time that they are taking to destroy each other, they should be taking that time to be fighting a regime that they want to unseat. But here we are. Every day, we will see this other executive of the CPP bad muffin folks in the Unity Party. We will see folks from the Unity Party bad muffin folks within the CPP. So if this just continue up until October 10th, it will do no good to the opposition bloc, but they will just lose the election again to Josh Manenwia. And later on, they will start to regret saying that if we knew better. For example, they're coming together of ANC, Unity Party, Liberty Party, and ALP. When those collaborative parties came together, the Liberian people happily welcomed them and thought that that was the only way that we could be unseated. But as times go by, they all fall apart, and then they fell apart, and then things start to go a loggerhead. Here we are now. Even if Mr. Cummings do qualify for the second round, even if Mr. Baka do qualify for the second round against Weah, do you think any of those opposition political party will muster the courage to support their fellow opposition political party? I've said no. It will not happen because the damage from now that they are causing to each other, it will hurt them up until the end of the election. So I don't think where we are, the opposition, they are doing themselves no good. They are doing more harm to themselves than doing good. And it's taking away more support base from them and turning it back to the CDC. I know few girls back then when Dylan was going for his campaign, they were happily supporting the Unity Party. Even the CPP, they were supporting the entire collaboration, because when Cummings, ANC, and other people came together, they happily welcomed that collaboration because they thought it could unseat Weah. But when the political party started dividing, what it gets now, they are full-fledged members of the CDC. They are full-fledged because they feel that the opposition bloc not ready yet for taking state power. They're not just ready. Every day they are harming each other, not focusing on the midpoint. And it's damaging. Danito, you want to come in on that?
You know, Baka, the other day when I spoke on the show, I talked about opposition preparedness. And I'm not convinced that the opposition have done extensive work in terms of mobilization and preparation to go to 2023 elections. Because elections are not won on elections day. It is the processes leading to elections. We are just 4 or 5 months less away from elections. The other day again, I talked about it on the show here. Look, to who more is
Danindo, your line is bad. Teves.
yeah. Am I on now?
Okay, come. Okay, Danindo, come. Go in.
Yeah, the Unity Party is by far the major opposition political party, and electorally, our statistics have shown that there can always be a possibility of a second round in contemporary Liberian politics. For somebody to get 50% plus 1 to land that number, it's a tough battle. Maybe Joseph Boyka can work that magic. Or maybe Mr. Weah can work that magic, because if you listen to the CDC folks, they say we are 1 round victory. I don't know how is that possible. They must be living somewhere in dreamland. So the possibility of you going, and that's why even when other people attack you and insult you, I'm not saying that you shouldn't respond. Mama Boyka, you see, look, there's something in the Quran the Prophet Muhammad said about the strongest man who makes a decision. It's not a man who will bounce to a battle in anger, but a man who sits organized in a serene mind and engage his enemy. That is the strongest man. So the Unity Party need to look at everything that's happening, do a total evaluation of this process, and start to create possibility. They could talk to Mr. Cook tomorrow. I'm not saying the communist people right to insult and attack Joseph Boyka every time, and you shouldn't respond to communists. But the battle line is drawn primarily between Mr. George Weah and Mr. Joseph Boyka. They are the major opposition in the forum. And that's why the one that get critiqued the most. That's why people don't understand sometimes about criticism. That means you also have some good fruits. So when people criticize you, you just don't get on easy and say, oh, when you're not about Joseph Boyka, I'm going to go. I've made it clear on the show. I said, if these elections were to go to a second round-up, because we have afforded Mr. Weah an opportunity, some of us cannot support Mr. Weah. In our minor contradictions with the Unity Party, we'll muster the courage and say, let these people be given the opportunity of leadership, and let's see. Mind you, the Unity Party were entrusted with political leadership too for 12 years. It's not just Ellen. Some of the same people who were around Joseph Boyka too, they were in the cabinet. They were in ministerial position. They are not Puritans. We can call some of their names. We know how to manage programs around here. They too were given an opportunity. Tell us, you know, we were activists in the country. We followed the politics of the Unity Party for about 12 years. So one could also argue, why you didn't rescue at the time that you want to rescue now? And when people ask you the critical question, tell them that the dynamics have changed. That Joseph Boyka now will be the captain of the vessel. He will not be a co-pilot. Maybe that will probably listen to that. So the possibility of the opposition talking in the second round is imminent. Even Costa. For example, if Costa is not happy with you today, you create an opportunity, and I give a credit to them, the Unity Party people, to some extent. They are still interested in keeping conversation with Costa, because everybody is in a political process for a dedicated reason. It's like a battalion who goes to war. They got somebody on the sniper, they got somebody in infantry, they got people in different strata of the military to deliver to safeguard victory. But if you burn bridges, if you indiscriminately start shooting among yourself, I mean, they are the major opposition, or arguably the UP. So they need to ask themselves the question and create possibilities that tomorrow they could start talking to some of the friends that they don't want to talk to, or they aren't interested in talking to today. You either start talking to them now, or go to second round when they have little interest in talking to you. That is just my counsel and my advice.
Okay, so Teves, you want to come in for the course?
Yeah, Boyka. Let me say this, right? We as political commentators, right? Our business here is to research and analyze government and their political ideas and policies, right? And the trends of political issues. Nobody should think, right, that we are subjected to a particular arrangement to sing that person's song throughout. When we see the trend of the politics, we dissect it and give our candid view. Like the issue you raised, Boaka, like Darlington, supported it. United Party has the biggest thing to lose. Because I said this to say, if you conduct a survey or an opinion poll here now on 10 persons who will call on this show, majority of them will be in favor of Ambassador Joseph Yima Boaka. Majority of them. Now, it will be ludicrous to say that a single political party in this election, right, can absolutely win in the first round. That's a camera. That can happen, Boaka. That is done. You need a collective effort of other people to make sure that the second round or when the runoff comes, you will be seated in a comfortable position to win your adversary. Now, here is the plate of attack. ANC people are attacking JMB people or United Party people. United Party people are also repairing attacks. And in the second round, I'm not saying also that ANC people have the right to attack United Party people. But play wisdom. Play wisdom. You people should play wisdom. Right? Now. But you go about attacking too. And their attacks can be so arrogant. Meaning, those who are attacking, they think that they will not be that person any longer or that arrangement any longer. When the time comes, when you started spilling all of the bad blood, second round comes or runoff comes, how are you going to manage? If your political party didn't make the 50 plus 1%,
yep,
in the second round you're going to make it. In the second round, you can go and make it.
Even round is
yes, mom. That person is important. That person is important. Not go who he is, who she thinks he is. That is wrong. Play the fool, right? Make sure that you get everybody. If you can get 100% of the people on board, you can get at least 98% of the people on board in order to make you win.
Yep.
This is a piece of advice for the United Party people.
And Boaka,
let's take some. All right, let's take some calls because they are coming in. +231 888 624 those monitoring through the radio can call on 0770 102 102 886 010383. Let's take this person here quickly. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yep, your name
is how are you? My name is Musa Keita, calling from Minnesota.
Musa Keita, welcome.
Hello. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Darlington. Thanks, Tellers. But I want to address two things quick. The first thing is that when you talk about open unity, you Baka Amara are very uneasy when it comes to Baka, full of Baka. Taylor just mentioned to you an entity on Curry Street that has embezzled among themselves some money. So if you address that, you don't have the strength to address that. Let's come together. Then you should come together. They said the entity that's supposed to do the Baka embezzle money among themselves. We really address that. Secondly, there's no way in the world anybody can do business without only government taxes. It's not tax evasion or usability. Withholding and reassessment is not tax evasion. But when it comes to the opposition, yeah, tax process is the whole day. They go to second round, third round, fourth round. You want me to work with people like Carbon and elect to go work with them? You kidding me? It's not going to work. So there's no way to have us we attack the Union Party every day as long as attackers were attacking.
Hello. Yeah. So you can 100% work with Louis Brown, work with how do you call him? Besonga Fine, but you can work with Fagon, right?
I can work with Queen Johnson. Like you working with Queen Johnson now. You're working with Alex Tyler. You're also working with Jimmy Barney. So I can work with Jimmy Barney. I said the next of Fagon. We are one time CDC to damage the country as it is right now. Because it is in the middle, it becomes a Joseph Baga supporter, right? So because Joseph Baga supporter, we are talking ANC, because the teenage men are among your supporters.
Musa, you said Tevez brought out something, and I don't talk about it. The issue here is that let me address it now. The issue here is that I know of this institution, and Tevez brought it up. Tevez and Darlington talk about it. I don't know why you want me to say about it, because I have called on Tevez call on Ambassador Boakai to take actions. Darlington too came up. He said his own. So you want me to repeat the city to call on Ambassador Boakai to take the same action? So you want us to everybody should see the city on the show.
No, but I don't repeat. Darlington was strong. Tevez was strong. Those mean that Tevez will make sure, and most of them, you won't believe that they will devour 5,000 among themselves. Those are the characters we're talking about. The likes of Brete and the other guys. I know some of them. I was once member of Chevy. So to let you guys that the requisite education, work in the government, who take 5,000 and divide 300 each. It was disappointing. So you should have been stronger. But because it goes back at Alane, it was weaker to even discuss about that. Thank you very much.
Musa, before you leave, and you left, I'm going to
ask Darlington want to say something. Yeah, Darlington, go ahead.
You know, but I like the way you added a list off of Brecker. Some Brecker wanted to do name calling. I like the way you suggested more names than the names of Talon.
No, but guys,
so that was spoil everything.
Like Brecker said, you rather work with Louis Brown, but you can't work with Fagon. Let me say no. I rather work with
No, but he said no. The issue here is that he said once there is a character like Fagon and other people, so he can work with them. Now I was just asking a question. So now you are happily working with Besonga Finley. You are happily working with Luke.
And your mental.
Yeah.
The rest will kick on.
Hello. Good morning. Welcome.
Yeah. Thank you, Baka Kamara. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. Your name is Johnny Austin.
I'm Lamini Esponer from Banga City.
Lamini, welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much. I thank the two panelists that to the studio there. You know, what I'm saying, we will never see, a unity between the Unity Party and the ANC right now. But all depend on we the electorate, we the voters on the ground. During the second round, if committee we must go to CDC, Joseph Wakai say we must go to CDC, we say no, we just want a better leadership that will bring changes to this country here. We are not looking at to say, well, if the two are not united doing the second round, we will not vote. All will depend on the Liberian people. Liberian people will decide, and they want changes. As for me, if Kumi go for second round, I am a bona fide JNB man. But if Kumi go for the second round, I will vote Kumi. If the one Conglo go for the second round, I will vote the one Conglo. Frankly speaking.
Thank you so much. Let's take other people on the line. 0770-102-102-886, 0103-83-555 102. Those in the diaspora, the WhatsApp number is +231 888 Pangomo, good morning, welcome.
Good morning, Bakai. Good morning to all my beloved Costa family. Bakai, the problem we're looking at Liberia, we in the swamp. As for me, whether I want the public of Liberia today, Liberia should be beaten, the poverty was killing us, but mission, we are to go on the Liberian leadership. We are a group in a criminal body, we should leave all of Liberia. Wala, there's a party, and Wala, coming, whosoever that can go on and give a job and make job available to us. The bread you call them go far off. That's what I want. I don't want, if you were me, if you ask me today, I will take a heavy contract to be the president of the Republic of Liberia.
All right, thank you so much, Pangomo. Now, let's take.
Marco Bobby Buse, I should tell you that he has copyright on Corruption King Kong.
Yeah, anytime we mention rescue King Kong,
rescue
credit to Marco.
All right, let's take this person on the line. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, Bakai.
Yeah,
how are you? From? This is Lucky J.
Lucky J, welcome.
Lucky J.
Yeah, Lucky J. He who feels it knows it. This is time for the voter to put on the voter thinking cap to know when and how to vote when they enter the voting room. It's time to put on the voter thinking cap. So Mama Liberia, we rise and shine again. So Mama Liberia, we rise and shine again. Good morning, Bakai. This is Lucky J.
Lucky J.
The whistle, Lucky J, the whistle.
They may go. You know they may. They may not let us still on the line. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Big.
Yeah, welcome.
Well, this is Kemoka, Cover Johnson School.
Okay, Kemoka.
What's up, boy?
Yeah. What's up? Brother, honestly, man, you know, the issue of the ANC just ever around thing. Because you get the US party to Kumi, saying, you know, the document was fraudulent, they do a lot of things. Just because of that single reason, Joe Biden go for second round. And you know, Kumi is not going to vote for Joe Biden. I tell you, Kumi will get on a plane and travel to America the city in 2017. That's what Kumi going to do. Just because of that single reason. And another thing again, Biden, you know what? Looking at the United Party people, the United Party people feel that, you know, they will win an election. So for that single reason, they're not reaching out to people. They're feeling that people must reach out to them. You know, that type of feeling when you having so much confidence on themselves, like you already winning something, and you know, so you don't want to reach out to people. So that's the problem we're having with the US. And another thing, brother, before I leave it now, let me address this. You know, that's like somebody call on the show and say that the show is losing grip. You know, that's why losing the grip is letting on the show. You can't tell somebody what to say. Nobody will intimidate our sales on the show. Just because of our personal view. Take by the time, brother.
Thank you so much. We take more calls on the line. Let's take this person here. 0770. Let's take somebody from here. The +231 888 624171. Number is active for those in the diaspora, and those back home is 0770 102 102 86 010383 555. We have roughly about 6 more minutes to go on to this edition of the show. Just going to take 2 more calls. Yeah, let's take 2 more. Yeah, let's take 2 calls. We'll just wrap it up from. Let's take this person. Good morning, DJ Lume.
Yeah, good morning, Bwaka. Let me say good morning to the panelists. Tell Nan and my brother in the States. Let me say thank you very much. You know, the attack from the ANC and the Unity Party. It came when Ben said we were in America. He said it on Spoon FM, and I told him, say, it will not be the best thing. He said, by this time, the Unity Party will be attacking the ANC, and the ANC be attacking the Unity Party. So I said, Ben, you think in the opposition? Then he told me, say, move from there, man. The time where Bwaka carry coming to court, you know, I said, Bwaka never carry coming to court. When Bwaka never even wanted to go to the court, you said, Bwaka was hiding, he said, Bwaka told the mayor, say, available, and Bwaka went to the court. He said, this is the best time. Let Comey be attacking Unity Party, then Unity Party be attacking. And so I said, you're doing it because you're a sedition. At the end of the day, you still play your support to CEC. That's the reason why you want to, and what happening? Same Comey came to Liberia, he been with the ANC. That's what ANC is doing. But I ask the people of Unity Party not to attack them, let them leave them. Because at the end of the day, some people make sense to come to the Unity Party to support them. Thank you for the program this morning.
Thank you. We take our last caller. Good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, Buckeye.
Your name calling from?
Usman Yang from Cloud Town, my man.
Welcome, Usman.
Yeah, my man. My man, you know, the Unity Party thing was in there for me. I want to be fair for Costa because Costa, yeah, they well for them. The people were there. And Costa live there, all Costa Mayor Count Bo pleasing the messages were whenever that ungratefulness for me I hate. Really send it to the thing and see any remorse from them to talk about Costa. The snow never attacking Bwaka here on Spoon Talk. Like Costa went there and defend Bwaka. And Snow shut him off because he couldn't tell Costa anything. Now like next time on Bona. So for me, I hate ungratefulness.
All right.
Yeah, they need to see what to do.
All right. Thank you so much. That's our last caller. So Teves, we'll wrap it up from your end because we are out of time already. So you can start from your end.
Yeah, so Bwaka and Darlington, you know, this is Liberia for us, right? This is Liberia right there. When you try to criticize and you know, dig out something about somebody, another man feels very intimidated and upset as to why you should do that. Like I maintained, I raised the red flag on the friends of Bwaka on Kerry Street this morning because I want for Ambassador Joseph Yima Bwaka to be in the know. There are people who support him. These are some of the things that they are involved into. I raised the red flag to bring his attention to that. And again, thank to the faithful few who have mustered the courage to embark on a campaign of restitution. That some of the guys who took the money are beginning to restitute the money. We encourage others who have not restituted theirs to do the needful. And Bwaka, let me say this. I always like to say this. My head are big like this. Me, I know my head big. It doesn't fit in anyone's mouth. When I see it, I say it. There are some Unity Party folks who are very arrogant. They feel entitled, according to them, in their feeble thinking, that they are the most sophisticated, and as such, they should be the one steering the affairs of this country. Is that not how politics works? That's not how it works. No one is entitled to this country. Every Liberian is entitled. So some of our brothers in the Unity Party who feel that Liberia is something that you should be entitled to, you are getting it dead wrong. Stop being arrogant. Stop being the person who you think that you know everything. That the next person is less important. There are some good folks. There are some good brothers and sisters in the Unity Party. But there are some who are very arrogant. And but some of us, we will not shy away from speaking to this. In as much that we support Ambassador Joseph Yima Bwaka's presidency, there are some contradictions that need to be sharpened. And some of these contradictions is that some of our guys in the UP are arrogant. Some of them feel entitled. and some of them are on a spree to get back in government and steal. We will say it without stupor. So, folks, you like it, you can come with our show. You like it, you can come. Now you get your data. You will not control what we want to say. When the talking points are being raised, we will analyze it and give our view. If you think that what we're saying, let me put it in Labrador English before I go. If you think the thing that we say is not correct for your ear, just go switch to another show. But we will not be driven.
In fact, you can wait for
carried away by your feelings.
You can wait for the spoon talk to come on and go there.
Yeah, spoon talk or any other show, yeah, that you think that can preach a song you want to hear. But for some of us, we will not be driven by your feelings. We will not be driven by your emotion. We will not be driven by those despicable things that you will say about us. For some of us, we will say it as it is, and we will not enslave our conscience. We will free our conscience because tomorrow we want to be judged by posterity on the right side. Thank you very much.
All right, Darlington.
You know, on the Costa Show, as they say, cat don't hold our tongue. And who the cat fits, let them wear it. Part of speaking truth to power is not just the people in political, who steer the affairs of our country at the government level, but even people in political leadership. It is our duty to come on here and to checkmate you. So when we criticize you, we come from a place of kindness. But you cannot be preaching the agenda that you want to change this country. And some of the people that you are putting on board, when we ask the critical question, you say we shouldn't ask. Because Una Joseph Boyka was fortunate to be the most honest person in the Liberia history I've seen. That Una he will be the Una president, Una he makes the sole decision, Una he will do. No. One of the things that have kept that country backward is the imperial, about creating the culture of an imperial presidency. That Una the president alone will take action. Boyka, the conversation about the quality of leader we send to the legislature should matter us. Because if we are only concerned about when the president is good, you will change the whole country, and we are not concerned about who we send in the legislature, what if that good president that you elect goes to the executive mansion and decide just be don't care? Because many a time, sometimes people can have a long agenda about a position that they want to go to. The moment they enter that position, they fall in a place of reluctance. They play laissez-faire. They don't care about what's going on. Like Mr. Weah. The only time Mr. Weah addressed the nation when he's doing the State of the Nation address. That's the only time George Weah will talk to us about what is happening in our country. Or when he goes to fucking clone church, then he uses his puppet to attack people, his political critics, or people in opposition. The truth of the matter is that some of these people who are coming around, they say they want to support Joseph Boyka. They're not just coming because that when Joseph Boyka was janitor to CWA. No. They are coming making political concession. The Unity Party need to tell us when will Ellis Tyler be joining them and endorsing the rescue mission. Because Tyler wants to contest the senatorial seat in Bomi. A man like Ellis Tyler, who presided over the legislature since the 6th concession agreement. Everything hugely bogus. He says he wants to rescue the country, and you don't want us to ask that question? And people say, the moment we criticize Ambassador Boyka, they say, oh, you're vet because Henry Costa was never picked. We have far transition and past this thing about Costa being picked or Costa not picked. Nobody will enslave themselves to their consciences. And the worst kind of human beings are educated people who blind their eyes to reality. You call other people in opposition criminals and thieves. When people in your own closet were criminally indicted, in fact, made by the court not to take their seat, when we talk, they say you get on easy. It's not an attack against the Unity Party. But I'll say this. Some of us have a history of voting for the Unity Party more than any other political party. You think we are happy with some of us who voted Mr. Salim? They came with the Unity Party agenda. They are still coming with the Unity Party agenda. Not because Ellen and Joseph Boyka got issue. Today, they provided leadership in that country for 12 years. How they did the leadership thing, that's a question for another day. One can argue that Joseph Boyka will be the captain of the ship. We must ask the critical question. It's our country too. You are not more Liberian than other people who don't believe in your quote-unquote rescue agenda. That when we talk, you get on easy. Even right on the show, Bweka, you talk about opposition, unity, and collaboration. When we criticize our friends in the UP, they say, you're not going to support Joseph Bweka, you go. That's the arrogance. That's the arrogance. When people talk about it, oh, you're not for support Bweka or the higher win election. When the election goes to second round, we too have a role to play. Even now, we still have a role to play. And we'll continue to play that role. So if you want the Costa Show to be a place where we'll wake up every morning and preach that Joseph Bweka is the way true and the lie, it will not help you on that platform. Maybe Bweka Kamara probably will try to help you guys, but it will not help you on this platform. If you want to listen to what you want to listen to, wait for the spoon talk, wait for the class reloaded, they will throw flowers at Joseph Bweka's feet. But when you come on this platform, our duty is to hold Uncle Joe accountable on the basis of facts and not perception. We love Uncle Joe too. I've had the opportunity to sit down with the old man. I have personal interaction with the old man. I know he's a nice old man. I know the way he receives people, the way he welcomes people. But you guys are so immune to criticism. So we say, Bweka need to think twice. Oh, if y'all want to show you to only be going the Unity Party way, it will not happen. Because you got a long way to go. Look, the conscious few will come on this radio every morning to listen to us. Better fewer than better. If that 30 person will watch this show here, the Costa Show, let the 30 person watch it. What Henry Costa can do, we can do it. What Costa can do, some of us cannot do it. What we can do, Costa cannot do it. It's a political process. So if we come here to criticize your people that you believe that want to be president for our country, when we talk, then you want to tailor our thought process, it's unfortunate. We love all of you, our friends. And that is why, in going to 2023, you must now understand that these elections are more the Unity Party to lose. So they need to put everything on deck, all boots on ground, engage even people who criticize them. Come, let us work together. Let's see how we can move this country forward. But when they criticize your people, you get vexed, you're not costing them. Thank you, Bweka.
Okay, thanks so much, Darlington and Teves, for making your point and your closing statement.
Because you're trying, Bweka. You are looking help. You're trying. Okay, but even even our friends who support Joseph Bweka, we are tolerant of them. We respect them. Because you see, no one sits in the better vertage to play with the toys with the best of ideas. Maybe there's something you see in Bweka that we haven't seen. So we'll
for my closing, I think that there will be no political party in Liberia that will come clean, that will say, I will bring people from heaven to serve unserved political party. Absolutely, there will be no political party. If only we are waiting for such political party to emerge, I don't think it will be anytime soon, because the political elite are all hands in a cookies jar. So if we expect ourselves to sit down and wait for that party to come out and say, oh, all of the people, all of my members will be clean, I don't think it will happen. I don't think so. So we dance according to the tune now and make the positive change tomorrow, or we leave it as it is and focus on those that are there and just leave it with them to continue what they are doing. That's just what I think. But if we sit here on this platform and say, oh, we will get people, we will get supporters, we will get people that will align with us and they will be clean from heaven. It's not anytime soon. Because even we that coming now, we that taking over from the old folks, pretty soon all our hands will be dirty, because our mindset is so that everybody want to eat their own. Now I will be sitting here and preaching all of the positive messages, making myself look good. But once I'm given the opportunity, that's the time I will be stealing from my own country. So I don't think we will get any clear party that will be having people that will, will be clean from heaven. Absolutely not. So, Darlington, this is not just about JMB, it's not about Cummins, it's not about WIA, it's about the system. Until that system can be changed, we have a long way to go. So if you think, okay, people can blame Bwaka for not working along with Ellie, making him not to become president today. Yeah, they say Bwaka should have listened to Ellie, but now he could have been president. Some people say it was a mistake. So do you guys really expect Bwaka to say, "Oh, I will sit on now, and I don't want a presidency because
Tanu Jala said 124 more days for election."
because I want because Prince Johnson is dead. Prince Johnson where we are. Prince Johnson where we Ellie. Prince Johnson. So because Prince Johnson is dead, so I will not work with him. And then blah blah blah. Then later on again, we will be the same people that will say, "Oh, the time Prince Johnson brought his support, Ambassador Bwaka should have accepted it. That's the only way he could have become president, or he should have rejected it." Guys, there will be no clean politician. There will be no clean political party from heaven sent. No. Because our system is messed up and we just have to dance to the tune now. Only the president that have this country on their mind, when they get to that particular position, they will stand up and they will make that change. But up until they can get there, they have to dance with dollar tunes. They just have to. That's just my own closing statement here this morning on the show. We'll be back here tomorrow for a very brand new edition of the.
Come back at Tamara. I love the way you present your argument, bro. He said they have the dance with a lot of tunes.
You know what I be doing before? No, I'm be reading some of the comments on the laughing.
Not for reading. What can you say always? Not for reading of the comments.
I tell you, like we know.
You guys to make your point before coming in. That's it. They're not just about reading comments. Teves. I can allow you guys to learn your thought before I can come in. And that's it.
Not true, Bwaka.
That's it, bro.
All right, good.
So we'll be here tomorrow morning with a brand new edition. Up until then is bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right.